Right, quick update. The bird is out. I've got her out. Took me about 30 seconds, believe it or not, and it flew away quite happy. But that's why I won't use that stuff. I do not like bird netting. The thing is, if they get inside that netting, they try and get out, and that's when they get tangled up. With scaffold netting, it's a much finer mesh. They cannot get tangled up in it, or it's going to be very rare. I'm not sure how long she'd been in there, but she looked okay, and like I said, she flew off. So no long-term damage done, I don't think. But anyway, good morning. How are we all doing? Just having a quick look around the plot. We got a bit of rain. Well, I say we got some rain last night. What a piss poor attempt at rain, if you can call it that. It seemed to go on for about an hour, but there's no sooner. I mean, I'm just obviously on the plot now, and we're going to go and have a look at a few things. And like I said, we only got a small amount of rain. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even call it a token gesture. But while I'm up here, my comfrey's on its arse over there. We're going to have to cut that down. That might be tomorrow's job, but let's just have a quick look. Right, let's have a look at the bed that I did yesterday. You know, when I put all the coir and that in, let's have a look at how that's fed. Has that dried out, and so on and so on. Okay, so this is the bed we did yesterday. And that is moist. It was, obviously it was damp. Sort of damp, well maybe even you could call it very moist when it went down. But that's held up. It hasn't penetrated a lot. I have checked that, so it's not all, you know, it's not brilliant. But let's go over here. Right, now the coir, right? This is coir. Now in there, that is dry, but it's not biscuit dry like that. And that is the thing with the coir. It does allow the rain. It will get into there and it will create humidity. So if you're sowing direct, like I'm going to be in here, it does help. But this is my neighbour's plot. Look, all this rain we didn't get. But I do like the look of this bed. I really do. The soil sort of looks. The soil looks healthier. Like I know it probably isn't. I feel a bit like Charles Dowding. You know, maybe I should move to, where's he live? Somerset, in it? I think I'm going to take my plot down there. Bring his plot up here. Here, sort this shit out for me, Charles. No, seriously though, I quite like the look of that, and I've got some half decently broken down compost here. Let me just quickly show you. Let me flip the camera around. It's one of my compost bins. Now you can see here, look, there's lots of browns in here. Right, but look in the middle of that. Although there's a lot of brown left in there, there is some good compost. And I reckon if I mix that with coir, and you can see in here, look just how dry it is. Look at that for compost. And when you go down, and what's happened here, right? Let me explain to you what's happened here. What you can see here, the fine crumb in here, get this from focus, you dipshit. That's where all the green stuff's broken down. And what you're left with now is obviously all the browns that are still left. We've got a few things growing in here, but go and have a dig in. A few worms in there. But there is lots of fine crumb. But I've always said to you, I'm not into, I don't want to make compost. I want to make mulch, and I think this would be perfect if I mix coir in with this. And I've got that one. Oops, that's the lid to that one. What a plonker. And I've got this one here. And again, this one. There is some fine crumb in there. That's all the greenery it's broken down, and there's a lot of brown left in there because it needs more greens. And this is what happens. And this is why your compost can cool down. Going back to what Carl and that was doing, I'm hoping to get a video up this weekend showing you how I'm going to bang all this lot together. There's grass in here while we're on it. Oh, there's still grass. It's actually warm in there, despite the fact there's wood chip here. That is that finer wood chip that I was on about. Look how dark that is. That's a good thing. And I'm going to try and get all this turned in together and start piling it up against here So it'll be here and come out to like about here, so all that will go forward. Rip all this cardboard up, get the tape off it. There's pigeon muck down there, and just bank it all up and start letting that break down, because this is what happens when you're composting. The greens break down quicker than the browns, so that's why you've got to keep adding stuff to it. Then it should actually reignite your pile, which is what Carl's been doing. So have a look at your compost. If it's not very warm, there's two reasons why it's not very warm. Well, a couple of reasons. One, it's too wet, too dry, your pile isn't big enough, or it could be that your green to brown ratios are out of whack. So it's never all over with compost. You can have another go with it, obviously, and you know, add whatever you think it needs. So if it's dry like that, that means it needs more green, and obviously you can see there's more leaves. There's some fine compost in there, but that is going out. That's going on the garden, both bins. I'm going to add coir to that. We're going to get it mulched in. I've got 2 empty bins. It's not bad, and they are the first one I was looking at. That is the no rules bin from September last year, so it didn't take a year. And I don't pay it any attention. I just turn the bins into one another. But there you go. And like I said, the bird's flown off. That survived, so that's a good thing. And jobs for this weekend. I've got peas to sow, leeks to plant. My squash here, got courgettes have got to go out. I've got some beans to go out. I've got some beans to direct sow. What else have we got? Sweet corn, that's to go out. That's all this weekend. And you might look at it and think, well, hold on a minute, mate. It's like first week of June and you're only just doing this. Don't worry about it. You last the longest, trust me. Remember, our frost date up here was mid-May, so we don't normally do anything till June up here. Yes, we have got a slight head on the game. That's why my sprouts have been out for a month and things like that. And I've got some beetroot on the go, and I've got some lettuce on the go. But generally speaking, I just sit back on my hands. And normally I'm in, like, getting all the posts, or, well, used to be watching all the people getting smashed up by slugs. But obviously this year it's been a bit drier. So I have actually got out a little bit, but I'm not really behind. The allotment, I mean, everybody's allotment looks good when it's got full beds of veg and stuff like that, but give it another week and mine will all start picking up. Oh, and I've got the parsnips to dib. They're all got to re-dib all them holes and get them set up. But anyway, what you're doing on your plot, and yeah, it forecasts for more rain up here. God, I think what you should do is you go, the country's going to get pissed down wet through, and amble, you shit out, because it's happened again. We are not getting the rain that we're forecast, and there's a good reason for it. We have some hills called the Cheviots at the back end of the Pennines, sort of Cumbria way, which is to the west of us, and the winds come over them mountains, and as it comes down the other side, it just drops all the rain, and then by the time it gets to us, you can watch it on the weather map and it just fizzles out. By the time it gets to like sort of like the west side of Northumberland, it's just fizzling out. It's like, oh, it's Northumberland, what a shithole, we're not going in there. Honestly, I think that's what it is. And then it sees Amble and went, you can fuck that right off, we are not going there. Oh no, we're not going there if it's on fire. No, yeah, let's go and piss on Alnwick, that's a better place. Honestly, we do lose every time. Listen, you have a good one. This is Poundland Monty. Rescue the bird, yes! And just being a mardy bastard in general and complaining. But lots to do. And hopefully we will be able to get a bit of pace on the go and get some stuff done. And that is all that compost is going out as mulch. Yeah, I couldn't. Bye now.